Hello, John Blunt here with IsGood Woodworks and a demonstration of the assembly of the base frame for our side table class. These are the parts. There's the legs, two side skirts. Side skirts have grooves. The grooves are there to allow a clip to hold the top down and let it slide back and forth as it changes with moisture content. The back skirt is locked in place with these pocket screws. The glue up itself is done using these domino joiners that go into prepared holes put there by a domino machine. This is the shape of the dominoes, with them rounded along the edges. They come in different sizes. This one is 8 millimeters thick and 50 millimeters long. They fit neatly into both the leg and the skirt. You can see we have a miter on the end because they meet each other inside the leg. So this way they can both be in that same space. It makes a longer interface and a stronger joint. The domino slot is set to be a tight fit on the skirt so the glue won't drain out, and that is where we put the dominoes first, and we do all the skirts. Before we cut the domino slots, we mark the location on both the legs and the skirts for alignment, and those marks are on the inside surface of the skirts and legs. The miter on the domino needs to face the same direction as the line so that they will intersect correctly. It's quicker to put the glue in the slots first than on the domino, but you do need some way to get the right amount. So here's a little trick. When you see I'm holding that at an angle, I'm pouring glue in the low side of the bottom of the domino, and I'm watching it migrate across to the other corner. This is what the domino slot looks like inside. It's got a flat bottom, and it's a domino-shaped slot. Now, if I'm holding it at an angle, and I pour glue in there, I can see a line like that meeting the other side. Now, depending on the angle, I'll have more or less glue in there. It's really hard to tell how much depth you have if you're just looking straight down at it. We put the glue in, then we want to make sure we get the glue up on the sides so it'll coat the domino properly, and that is done with a tongue depressor. Just slap it up on the sides. Domino in place, slope and line together, slope, line. You can usually press the domino down, but if it won't go, you want to tap it. Don't tap it, hit it too hard. Hydraulic pressure of the glue going sideways can split it. It's best to quick, light taps, lots of them. Then it just slowly moves down. You should see a little glue squeeze out right around. You see it a little to the left there. We wipe the glue off with our fingers and then wipe our fingers on a damp rag. You can leave a little bit. It won't matter if you're about to put the whole thing together. We have gauges that you can use to make sure that you've driven the domino down far enough. If you don't do that and it hardens, the joint won't close. It will hit the other domino or it will hit the bottom of the hole, and you'll have to do an on-the-spot correction. The domino machine is set for the legs to make a wider hole, so you can have that adjustment. And this means that you're going to have a lot of glue going in there. The holes also meet each other in the center, and that means that you're going to have glue pouring out of that hole if you fill it and then tip it. So you don't do that. You fill it and fill them quite a lot of glue, and then you slap it up on the sides with the tongue depressor. This is a back leg with 4 holes in it. This is the back skirt and has the pocket screw holes, and they go down, which is toward the tabletop because we assemble upside down. You just quickly close it once you manipulate that leg and tip it, so you don't have it dribbling out all over everything. This is the side skirt. It has the groove, and it goes down, which again is to the top. Now we can do the rest. So this is what we use for clamping in our classes or wherever it's suitable. It's stretch wrap. It's way, way cheaper than clamps and much faster to use. And it will accumulate. If you start wrapping, you keep wrapping. Each time you go around, you're adding a little more pressure. So it is really, truly is clamping that thing together. And I'm going to demonstrate that now. The stretch wrap has to be placed gently and with a little tight, a light pull to get it wrapped around once it sticks to itself. And then you can pull hard. Okay, that is substantially put together. And we'll be checking to see if we have any gaps. There's one right there. And we're going to put it, whack it together. And if I hit it right there, there's no backing. It won't drive it down very hard. Woodworking is a sport. And this is the event called synchronized whacking. Coordinate my blows opposite each other. If you're going to lay it down, of course you don't have to do that, but you can't always lay it down. The next step is height adjustments. One thing that all these parts have in common is the top, which is represented here by the blue table. So they all need to flatten out on that. Now you look underneath and you see if anything is raised off the table, it needs to be knocked down to the table. That skirt was sticking up, it had a gap. There's one adjustment left. Where the stretch wrap pulls across the drawer opening, it causes the legs to flare because it pulls them tight below that skirt. We need to pull them back into position at 13 inches. That's what that is. And we check it, make sure that we're right on at 13. And then we put the stretch wrap around. Not a very hard pull. And once it's wrapped around, we will cut it by pushing our thumb through the middle. Then we check it. Not there yet, pull it up at an angle. Too tight, stretch it. Okay, that's a wrap. This baby is ready to be set aside to dry.